back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm Marissa. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today's video is going to be all of the things they don't tell you about sorority recruitment. These are the ins and outs if you're going to become a potential new member, which is a P&M. And for those of you who don't know, if you're new to my channel, I rushed as a freshman at the University of Arizona, and I was in Kappa Alpha Theta, but I currently transferred to ASU, and I stuttered there, and actually not going to be doing Theta over at ASU, just with my major and a new school. I kind of just don't have time right now, and just like with YouTube and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to teach you guys, or tell you guys, all the ins and outs to sorority recruitment when you're a P&M, because it can be a little bit scary and intimidating at first, but if you know all the tips and tricks, then you'll be just fine. So sorority recruitment is basically you going to each and every house that your university offers. So ours was 13, so you go to all the houses and you talk to different girls, and it's a week long, and basically what it is you narrowing down your favorite houses that you want back, or the houses that you think you'd fit in, and then the houses are narrowing you down and all the other girls to see who they want. So it's a little confusing when you're going through it and you're like, how does the selection process work? Well, when you're in a sorority and you go through your first year and you have recruitment practice, you'll know the selection and how that stuff works. So yeah, it's kind of a secret. The first thing, or first advice I want to give, is what to say. As a new member, you don't really know what to say when you're going through recruitment. You're kind of just like a robot. You're kind of like listen to your RCs, which is your recruitment counselor, and you just do what they say. You don't really know what to expect or whatever. So when you go into a house, girls are going to sit you down and they're going to ask you a ton of questions, which are like, it's kind of like an interview. Like, they're going to be like, what did you do over the summer? What's your favorite major? What are you majoring in? What's your favorite hobby? What dorm do you live? They're going to ask you a lot of those kind of questions the first 2 days, because they're just trying to get to know you and get your personality out. Moving on with the days, the conversations kind of get more in-depth and more deep if you want it to. So what to say? Kind of just be yourself. Tell them what you did in high school. Tell them all the things that you were involved in, and if you like community service and leadership, if you have any leadership skills, maybe some sports that you were on, maybe if you were a captain, anything that will help boost you up in that category, because they're looking for girls with leadership skills. They're looking for girls with communication skills. They're looking for girls who are always involved, who have good grades, who love school. Like, they're looking for those type of girls. Another thing is ask questions to those girls who are like interviewing you, because everybody loves to talk about themselves. Like, let's be real, okay? Everybody loves it, and if you ask them questions, it will show them that like you're involved and you're interested in their chapter. Ask questions like, what do you love about Theta, or what do you love about Alpha Phi, or whatever sorority house that you're in at that moment. Ask them questions about them, like what did they do over the summer, and just have like that communication skill, because they are going to be looking for girls with those skills. So for selection, it's really confusing, but you're basically going to get like a little ballot, and you're going to be ranking your houses in order from I want to go back to for sure, and then to I never want to go back, please don't send me back. And that's basically what the sorority girls are going to be doing as well. They're going to be ranking you and picking girls that they feel are going to help their sorority. So as they're picking, you're also selecting, so that's kind of how it goes hand in hand. But you have to remember that just because you picked a house that you want to go back to, that sorority might not pick you, and you might not go back to, and that is totally fine. I didn't get called back to a lot of the houses I really wanted to go back to, and that's just a part of sorority recruitment. That's just what happens, and you can't get called back to, you can get called back to all, like, let's say 13 houses after the first set, which is 2 days long. And a lot of girls, that happens to a lot of girls, but most of the time you'll get called back to like 12 or 10 or how many you get called back to, and that is totally fine. So don't feel discouraged if the girl next to you got all 13 and you got 10. It doesn't matter, honestly. You're still amazing. With selection, I also want to like touch base is definitely take notes when you go through the house. They'll give you like a book. Well, my school gave us like a little, you know, pamphlet to write down girls' names. After you go through the house, you'll like come outside, you'll write what you liked about them or like what you didn't like or something like that, just to help you remember what that house was like. Because honestly, when you're going through 13 houses and you're a PNM, you don't even remember a lot of things because it's so overwhelming, and then you have like 5 minutes to like run down Greek Row to the next house. So it's a little overwhelming. So definitely write it down in a notebook or something that you liked or disliked, or something you noticed about the girl or anything about that house, because that's going to help you with the selection process. Don't pick a house just because the girl is pretty. Everybody is pretty. Everybody has pretty girls. There's always, okay, like don't pick a girl because you like the way she looked or the way she dressed. Pick a house based on like skills and communication skills that you feel meet yours. So if that girl seemed really fun and happy and she seemed very involved in her sorority and you really like that, definitely go for a house like that, because if you're like that, you're gonna fit in a lot better. You know, you're gonna be involved a lot and you're gonna have girls that are like basically the same as you, and that's kind of what you want. You want to fit in and you want to have girls who are just like you and become your sisters, or you're big and you're little. So definitely look for a house that has all of the same skills that you have. So what to wear? So this is a big thing, and I think I'm going to make a video on specifically what to wear for each day and each set, because it's a little intense and a little frustrating when you're a PNM and you're like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? What do I wear? So the first 2 days are going to be basically, they'll tell you all in like a big like piece of paper. They'll tell you everything. So the first 2 days is set, which is where you go, and it's basically like you're talking to robots. They're going to be asking you the same questions, like I said, like what's your name, how old are you, what dorm you're in, what's your favorite hobby, stuff like that. So it's really casual, and you'll see the girls in shorts and a cute t-shirt, maybe with a belt. So that's what I did. I wore a cute like tank top that was like a thick strap bodysuit with some high-waisted shorts. Make sure your booty's not hanging out, okay? With a belt, and then I just wore, I think I wore my Tory sandals, because those are like cute sandals that you can dress up or dress down. Set 2, I believe, is Philanthropy Day, and that's kind of a little bit more fancier, not like too fancy. A skirt and a cute top and some sandals. And then set 3 is house tours. House tours is a little bit more fancier. You want to wear heels if you want. You don't have to wear heels. Wear whatever makes you feel good about yourself and feel comfortable. But set 3, I think I wore like a cute dress, a cute like black dress with some heels. And funny story, I was running from one end of Greek Row all the way to the other, and it was long, and I had to run, and I had like 2 minutes, and my dress strap broke, and I was going to my last house of the day, and it broke off the strap, and my friend had to like tie it back with like a little piece of string that we found. It was a nightmare, and that's gonna happen, so just be prepared. And so you kind of want to be a little bit more dressed up with house tours, because house tours is where they're gonna narrow you down for pref day, because pref day is after house tours. House tours is a big deal. You're going to be touring their house. You're going to be getting insight on the girls, and you're going to be meeting like bigs and littles. You're going to be having really deep conversations, because that is the last day to make a great impression for pref day. Because pref day, you're going to be narrowed. You're going to have to narrow your houses to two houses on like max, and you're either going to be called back to 1 or 2 houses. And pref day is extreme, guys. This is the day before bid day. You have, like, they set up the house so nicely, and there's speeches going on, and it is just like a deep kind of day. Like, you have deep conversation. It's very like in your feelings type, and for pref day, you wear a nice dress, like a nice cocktail dress. I wear a nice flowy dress, and I'll have a video coming soon on what to wear for sorority recruitment, because I feel like it would really be beneficial to you guys, for all of you new PNMs. Wear whatever you feel most comfortable in, what you feel makes you look pretty, because that's all that matters. So another advice or tip I'm going to give is being torn, and that's going to happen a lot. You're going to be torn between a bunch of houses and just be like, wait, but I really love them, but I really love this sorority. And you're going to have to narrow them down, and it's going to be hard, especially when you get to house tours and prep day. So after house tours, you might have been called back to, let's say 5, I think. I don't know how many you can be called back to on house tours. I don't know, but let's say 5. You're gonna have to narrow it down to 2 houses for prep day. 2. Your top 2 houses. So you're gonna definitely be torn between those 5 if you liked every single one of them. Don't be discouraged, honestly. I was torn the whole time, and I didn't always get the houses that I wanted back. Like, I didn't get my top 2 houses. I think when I got my house tour card of all the houses I got called back to, I didn't get my top 2, and it was honestly the worst day ever. I cried. I was so upset. And honestly, don't do that. Like, don't follow my footsteps. Just be happy and give every house a chance. I know it's hard, and just give every house a chance, because every house has something great to offer, and you're going to find your perfect home. So social media is a really big thing. Honestly, you wouldn't think that they check your social media before, but I believe that they do. They actually do look at your social media. And if you have like a girl from high school that already went through recruitment and she's in a sorority and she follows you on social media, make sure you have a good social media, because they're gonna look at that. If they see that you are always holding alcohol and you're underage, they might not like that, because when you're underage, you shouldn't be posting about that and you shouldn't be drinking. But we all do. It's whatever. And that's what you do in college. But don't post it, because it looks really bad. And when you're in a sorority, they'll tell you you cannot post anything with a red solo cup. You cannot post alcohol. You cannot post alcohol with your letters. You cannot drink with your letters. All that stuff. So definitely post. Keep your social media a little bit clean. A lot of sororities, when you're initiated, they will be checking your social media and kind of monitoring it, and they'll tell you whether or not that, like, what you posted was okay or not, because they have specific rules and stuff, and they don't want to make the sorority look bad with somebody's butt hanging out, okay, or someone underage with an alcohol bottle. And the last thing I want to say is group messages. So you're going to be putting GroupMe's, which is just like an app so everybody can talk to each other. You're going to be putting a GroupMe with your RC, your recruitment counselor, and all the girls that are in your group, which goes by last name at my school. I don't know how it is at every other school, but you're going to be putting GroupMe's. And do not be in any group messages without your RC. Don't be in any group messages with just girls who are talking about houses after they get out, because that is not what you're supposed to do. You're not even supposed to talk to anybody going through recruitment about any house that you went to. Not even your roommate. You're not even supposed to do that. It's supposed to be a fair, unbiased opinion. That's why a lot of the RCs they disaffiliate themselves with their sorority. They don't talk to those girls for a whole 2 weeks or a week, and so that they can give you the most unbiased opinion of each house. And you don't want to be in any group messages where you guys are talking about other houses, because you can get into a lot of trouble, like a lot of trouble. And also, during recruitment, it is a dry week. Well, at my school, it's a dry week, which means you cannot go out and party. You cannot go out and hang out with guys. You cannot go to a frat house. You can't do anything. You can't drink. If you do, you will be cut from recruitment and you will be dropped from recruitment, and you cannot do it. So don't do that. A lot of girls in my PNM group made group messages. They would add everybody, but I always removed myself, and they would talk about, which my friend told me, they'd talk about how they went out and partied, and they'd show pictures of all the hickeys on their necks. And if you have that, get out of that group message, because you do not want to be caught doing that, because you will be dropped from recruitment, and you don't want that. And then a few other advice or tips is bring a water bottle. They'll have water at each house, but definitely bring like a hydro flask because it's hot outside, especially if you're going to the University of Arizona. You're gonna be sweating. Blotting papers, maybe bring like a little fan that connects into your phone because it's so hot. You're gonna be sweating. Maybe bring a little bit of powder so at lunch you can like touch up your face. So that is all the advice and things that they don't tell you when going through recruitment that I have to share with you guys. I hope it was really helpful for all of you new PNMs out there that are going through recruitment soon. Be very open-minded, be strong, don't let one house that dropped you stray you from dropping recruitment. I know I thought about dropping recruitment because that house dropped me that I really liked, but don't do that. Have an open mind and be happy and smile, and yeah, trust the process. You're gonna hear that a lot, but just trust the process because you're gonna be finding your perfect home and meeting your big, and it's so much fun. I love my big, I love my twin, they're my best friends. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. The what to wear portion will be up soon, I promise. Stay tuned for that. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video.